Canada will demand new visa rules for 10 Asian countries starting in 2025, and thousands will be affected. Which Asian nations are on the strict new list, and why is this happening now? 10. Bangladesh. Canada's new visa policies have left many travelers from Bangladesh facing unexpected hurdles. With visa rejections surging, the reasons behind this shift are rooted in concerns over fraudulent documentation and overstayed visits. Many Bangladeshi nationals seeking temporary residency permits now find themselves caught in lengthy application processes, impacting families and businesses alike. While Bangladesh has long enjoyed relatively open travel channels to Canada, recent asylum claim trends have drawn scrutiny. Authorities cite a sharp increase in asylum applications from Bangladeshi nationals, prompting a reassessment of visa approvals. This spike has led to tighter regulations, causing frustration among legitimate travelers who now face intensified background checks. The implications extend beyond individual travelers, affecting Bangladesh's broader travel industry. Tourism. Agencies are grappling with rising client anxiety as visa requirements become more stringent. Many worry that Canada's new stance could deter future visitors, impacting trade and cultural exchanges. Meanwhile, the government is urging citizens to stay informed about evolving visa policies to avoid unforeseen complications. 9. Philippines. As Canada tightens its immigration policies, the Philippines finds itself facing new visa challenges. Previously benefiting from Canada's electronic travel authorization program, many Filipino travelers now encounter stricter criteria. Those without a past Canadian visa or a valid United States non-immigrant visa must navigate the more rigorous application process, raising concerns among frequent visitors and first-time applicants alike. The shift in policy has left many Filipino families anxious about visiting loved ones in Canada. The new visa requirements have not only lengthened wait times, but also increased the risk of rejections. For students and business travelers, the added scrutiny poses a significant hurdle, potentially affecting educational plans and trade connections between the two nations. Tourism operators in the Philippines are already feeling the impact, with potential travelers reconsidering their plans due to the complicated visa procedures. Some fear that Canada's stance could signal further restrictions, especially for those with no prior travel history to Canada or the United States. As the situation evolves, staying informed and prepared has become essential for Filipinos aiming to visit Canada. 8. Thailand. Thailand's inclusion in Canada's electronic travel authorization program initially brought relief to many travelers, but the reality is more complex. Only those with a previous Canadian visa or a valid United States non-immigrant visa qualify for this expedited entry. For the majority, navigating the traditional visa process has become a necessary and often frustrating step, complicating plans for tourism and business visits. While the ETA program aimed to simplify travel, its strict eligibility criteria have led to confusion and disappointment among Thai nationals. Families hoping to reunite and students planning to study abroad now face heightened scrutiny in their applications. The increased demand for background checks and detailed documentation has created longer processing times, leaving many in a state of uncertainty. For Thai businesses reliant on Canadian partnerships, the new visa barriers present unexpected setbacks. Companies planning to send employees to Canada for training or meetings now face delays and higher costs. The ripple effects extend beyond individuals, potentially straining economic ties as both countries navigate the evolving visa landscape. 7. Vietnam. Vietnamese travelers initially welcomed Canada's inclusion of their country in the electronic travel authorization program, but the fine print tells a different story. Only those with a previous Canadian visa or a valid United States non-immigrant visa are eligible, leaving many others facing the traditional visa application process. This has led to growing frustration, particularly for those who had anticipated easier travel under the new program. For Vietnamese students and professionals, the stricter visa requirements have introduced unexpected obstacles. Many aspiring students now worry about the impact on their study plans, as visa processing times grow longer and approval rates decline. Meanwhile, business travelers find themselves caught in an intricate web of paperwork and security checks, complicating what was once a straightforward journey. The impact extends to the Vietnam's travel industry as agencies scramble to adjust to the new reality. Tour operators report a noticeable dip in bookings to Canada, with clients expressing uncertainty about the complex application procedures. As these visa changes reshape travel patterns, many Vietnamese nationals are left wondering what additional measures might be implemented next. 6. India. India's once steady flow of travelers to Canada is now facing significant disruptions due to evolving visa policies. Heightened geopolitical tensions and security concerns have prompted Canada to reassess its visa issuance for Indian nationals. This shift has led to a noticeable increase in visa denials, leaving families separated and business plans in limbo as applicants grapple with stricter requirements and extended processing times. For Indian students, the new visa hurdles are particularly disheartening. Canada has long been a top destination for higher education, but now many aspiring students are caught in the web of additional documentation and security checks. The delays have sparked fears that study permits may not be approved in time for upcoming academic terms, forcing some to reconsider their plans or seek alternatives elsewhere. Meanwhile, Indian businesses with Canadian ties are also feeling the ripple effects. Companies planning to send employees for training or conferences now face greater scrutiny, impacting their international operations. As Canada continues to tighten its borders, many are left speculating about the long-term implications for trade and cultural exchanges between the two countries. 5. Pakistan. Canada's evolving visa policies have cast a shadow over travel plans for many Pakistani nationals. Diplomatic tensions and security concerns have led to stricter entry requirements, making it increasingly difficult for applicants to obtain travel permits. The heightened scrutiny has resulted in more visa rejections, leaving families, students, and business travelers in a state of uncertainty as they navigate the complex application process. For Pakistani students aspiring to study in Canada, the impact has been particularly pronounced. Educational institutions have reported delays in student visa approvals, disrupting plans for academic terms and causing financial strain for families. Many fear that the stricter visa policies could hinder their chances of pursuing higher education in Canada, a destination that has long been popular for international students. Businesses are also facing challenges as trade delegations and corporate travelers encounter longer wait times and additional documentation requirements. Companies planning to attend conferences or establish partnerships in Canada now must factor in the risk of visa denials, potentially affecting economic ties between the two nations. The uncertainty has left many questioning the future of Pakistani-Canadian relations in the context of travel and business. For China, Chinese travelers are now encountering a tougher landscape when applying for Canadian visas. Despite Canada's China Transit program allowing some Chinese nationals to transit through the country without a visa, the restrictions for general travel have tightened significantly. With increased concerns over security and immigration integrity, more applicants are facing intense scrutiny, resulting in extended processing times and higher rejection rates. For students and business professionals, the changes are particularly impactful. Canada has been a prime destination for Chinese students seeking quality education, but the stricter visa requirements are causing delays in study permits. Business travelers also find themselves navigating more rigorous checks, complicating plans for trade missions, and corporate meetings. This shift has created unease among those relying on Canadian connections for academic and economic advancement. Tourism operators in China are now bracing for a decline in Canadian-bound bookings. Potential visitors are deterred by the complex application process and fears of visa denials. This has not only dampened travel enthusiasm, but also raised questions about the future of bilateral relations between the two nations. As Canada tightens its borders, many Chinese nationals are left questioning the feasibility of their travel plans. 3. Iran. Canada's visa policies for Iranian nationals have become increasingly restrictive, driven by concerns over security and immigration compliance. Visa approvals have plummeted, with many applicants facing longer wait times and more intensive background checks. This shift has disrupted travel plans for families, students, and business professionals, creating a growing sense of uncertainty for those hoping to visit or relocate to Canada. For Iranian students, the stricter regulations are a major setback. Canada has been a top destination for higher education, but now many aspiring students are left in limbo as visa processing times drag on. Some fear they may miss crucial academic deadlines, forcing them to consider alternative study destinations. The uncertainty has led to frustration as applicants struggle to meet the heightened documentation and security requirements. The business community in Iran is also feeling the impact, as trade missions and professional travel plans face significant delays. Companies that previously relied on easy access to Canadian markets now find themselves entangled in bureaucratic red tape, affecting their ability to foster international partnerships. The ripple effects are being felt across various sectors as Iran's connection to Canada becomes increasingly strained under the new visa restrictions. 2. Afghanistan. Afghan nationals now face some of the strictest visa regulations from Canada, a stark contrast to past policies. As geopolitical tensions escalate and security concerns mount, Canada has significantly reduced the number of visas issued to Afghan travelers. This has left many families separated, with loved ones struggling to reunite amid lengthy processing times and heightened scrutiny of applications. For Afghan students, the situation is particularly disheartening. Many had set their sights on pursuing higher education in Canada, but the new visa restrictions have thrown those plans into disarray. Educational institutions have reported a surge in deferred enrollments as students wait for visa approvals that may never come. The uncertainty is creating widespread frustration, with some now reconsidering their study abroad plans entirely. Businesses in Afghanistan are also grappling with the fallout. Entrepreneurs hoping to attend trade fairs or secure partnerships in Canada now face daunting visa barriers. The extended wait times and increased rejection rates have dampened prospects for international collaboration, further isolating Afghan businesses from global markets. As the restrictions persist, the long-term impact on Afghanistan's economic and social ties with Canada remains to be seen. 1. Syria. Syria's ongoing conflict has prompted Canada to adopt some of the strictest visa measures against its citizens. The number of visitor visas granted to Syrian nationals has plummeted, leaving many families stranded and unable to reconnect with relatives in Canada. The tightened regulations reflect Canada's growing concerns over security and asylum fraud, resulting in prolonged processing times and a surge in visa rejections. For Syrian students, the impact is particularly severe. Canada was once a top destination for higher education, but now many aspiring students find themselves unable to secure study permits. The stricter vetting process requires extensive documentation and proof of intent to return home, making it increasingly difficult for legitimate students to gain entry. As a result, some have been forced to abandon their academic plans, seeking alternatives in other countries. The business community in Syria is also feeling the strain. Companies with Canadian ties now face significant barriers when attempting to send employees abroad for training or trade negotiations. The complex visa process, coupled with heightened scrutiny, has effectively severed crucial business links, further isolating Syria's struggling economy. As Canada continues to tighten its borders, the outlook for Syrian nationals seeking entry remains bleak. Canada's new visa policies are reshaping travel for millions across Asia, creating unexpected hurdles for families, students, and businesses. Which country's visa restrictions surprised you the most, and how do you think it will impact travel in 2025? Let us know in the comments below and tell us where you're watching from. Click on the video to stay updated on more important changes you need to know. And don't forget to share this video with someone planning to visit Canada soon. They need to know about these new requirements before booking that flight.